if anything.
话不多说，马上开始我们今晚的第一场比赛。首先为大家带来的是49公斤级的较量。First, we would start with 49 kilos。马上为你请出的是古巴驯兽师队49公斤运动员达米安·奥塞斯，有请。49 kilos, Cuba Domadores, Arce Duarte.
So here we go, the opening fight of the night, 45 kilos. These two have been waiting patiently backstage after an opening ceremony almost, which could rival that of the Olympic Games. Here comes Damian Arce, 2-0 in World Series boxing. Both of those bouts coming this season. Wins against Julian Velasquez and Luis Polanco, both by unanimous decision. And as I say, he may be inexperienced in WSB terms, but he certainly won't be an inexperienced fighter. Ioannis Argelagos has been the mainstay at 49 for the last 2 or 3 years, but after making an outstanding start to his senior career, he is now elsewhere.
Red corner, Astana, Arlans, ZHUSSUPOV, Temirtas.
Temirtas ZHUSSUPOV, a very experienced WSB fighter, 13-6 in the competition overall, but he's only lost to really good fighters. Bator Sagaluev of Russia a couple of times, Hasan Boydasmatov of Uzbekistan again a couple of times, Paddy Barnes and Yosbani Vetia, so those are real top names, and he beat Argelagos in Season 5 and Season 7 in the finals, and as I mentioned, got his team off to a critical start, a really good start. It was what they needed on both occasions, and it's what he delivered. He's 3-0 this season, and again there is pressure on him tonight, of a different kind actually, to get that point again. Whereas against Argelagos, he may have been an underdog in some people's eyes. Tonight, if anything, he could be the favourite.
蓝角选手，身高164公分，年龄26岁，战绩3胜0负，曾获得古巴全国冠军。Blue corner, Cuba Domadores, Arce Duarte. 接下来为大家介绍本场比赛。红角拳手，身高158公分，年龄30岁，战绩13胜7负，曾获得4届哈萨克斯坦全国冠军，2013年亚洲拳击锦标赛冠军。Red corner, Astana, Arlans, ZHUSSUPOV, Temirtas. Referee for this bout, Arlans Fred.
So the opening bout between these two teams who know each other so well, of course, but for Arce, this is a new experience, boxing in the finals for the first time. For ZHUSSUPOV, it's his third time, and Arce looking to make a quick start here. Head stooped, was just trying to get into range straight away and throw, and I think it took ZHUSSUPOV a little bit by surprise. He's a long-rangey kind of a fighter, ZHUSSUPOV, and if he can, will want to try and keep it on the outside, launch those raiding missions and then get back out. Got a high guard here, Arce. Looks like he will look to come forward behind it. Bit messy on the inside, the referee just letting them go to it. Right hand there was decent from Arce, then they managed to disentangle. Good start from the Cuban here, this is what he needed to do, I think. So ZHUSSUPOV that He's very much up for this challenge. No one's really landed anything particularly clean yet, a minute into the fight. Left hand there from Arce, just about landed. Yusupov trying to use his feet. Good to see the referee not get involved too quickly here. Allow the two fighters to try and work to get out. That was better from Yusupov. Left hand from Arce. Does bring his head in a bit low, the Cuban, when he moves forward at times. Very quick, AIBA referees to warn about head clashes. Finding a slightly better range there. Yusupov looking to throw that 1-2. He's taken on the gloves. Arce can tend to follow his man around the ring a bit by the look of things here. Right hand on the inside there from Yusupov. Rather than cut the ring off, he does look at times as though he's being led around the ring almost by Yusupov to an extent. It's a scrappy fight this so far in the opening round. Bell goes to the end of round one. And what's different about this year's finals as opposed to the previous 2 years actually is that the bouts are split over 2 days, over 3 days in fact, with a rest day in between. The last 2 finals, all 10 bouts have been on the one evening. Wasn't much to pick between the two of them in that opening round. It wasn't the easiest round in the world to score, to be honest. Arce, I thought, made a positive start, an encouraging start, but neither one of them really landed a lot. Towards the end, Yusupov looked like he might be finding a method of dealing with the Cuban. There's a scoring shot, and there weren't too many of them. That wasn't one. So into the second round. Didn't get a look at the scorecard after that opening round. So maybe we won't be privy to those as the contest goes along. Nothing wrong with that. Personally, I probably would have shaded that opening round to Yusupov. Judges in WSB do not give drawn rounds. Arce again has made a strong start, a quick start, trying to jump on his man right at the beginning of the round. Decent right hand there from Yusupov. Jab was taken on the gloves there by Arce. He's put a bit more energy into this second round so far, looking to try and line up that right hand, but again, the kind of problem he's got is he is just tending to follow Yusupov around a bit, rather than cutting off the ring and cornering him. He's aggressive, the Cuban, and judges often like that. Good flurry there from Arce. A couple half blocked. pressure there from Arce, finding the body a couple of times. Pushing ZHUSSUPOV onto the back foot. And there's blood coming from a cut round the back of the ear there, I think, just in the hairline above the ear of ZHUSSUPOV. It's not going to be a problem. They probably will stop the bout at some point and get that looked at, but it won't be doing anything whatsoever to impede his performance. And there we go, the referee stops the fight, and the doctor will just have a look at this and just clean it up a little bit maybe, but there's not that much blood coming from it, and it's not in an area which is going to be any real kind of concern. A head clash is the most likely cause of that, you would imagine. Did say that he comes in with the head a bit low every now and again. Arce did it again there, actually. 1-2 from ZHUSSUPOV, looking at that 1-2 again. That's where he wants it, really. He's got those long levers, and he wants to try and keep it on the outside, pop off that 1-2. But even though there, it looked decent, it looked good, it was blocked by the gloves. So bell goes in into round 2. I'd have gone Arce with that one. They're well matched, these two, by the look of it. Differing styles. Arce's the shorter of the two and looks to try and get onto the inside into that kind of three-quarter half distance and work from there. So third round. I've got it level after 2, but it's the 3 scoring judges at ringside whose cards count. Arce again looking to get after his man at the start of the round. Trying to jab his way in, but nice sidestep there from ZHUSSUPOV. And he's made to look uncomfortable, the Kazakh, under this kind of pressure from Arce. Anybody would, to be honest, but it's just a question of whether Arce can keep this up. He's not enjoying it on the inside there, ZHUSSUPOV. I like the fact, though, that the referee hasn't jumped in and called break as soon as they have become entangled, because you do see that in live boxing every now and again. Referees just don't like to see boxers fight on the inside at all. That was a nice chopping right hand there from ZHUSSUPOV. Good right to the body there too. Referee just having a word with Arce about spinning through 360 degrees. Not that he really seemed to actually do that from where I was sitting. Well, the pressure so far has come from Arce in this round, but the quality, really, 2 or 3 good shots have come from ZHUSSUPOV. In some senses, that's what this fight is all about, because ZHUSSUPOV, I think, has landed the better punches at times, but Arce has been the one trying to put it on him. That's decent from ZHUSSUPOV, just working on the inside. Right uppercut on the inside there, though, from Arce as well. Referee telling Arce to keep his head up into the final minutes of round 3. This is the opening contest of the Season 8 finals. Temirtas ZHUSSUPOV of Kazakhstan in the light blue turquoise shorts there, and Damian Arce of the Cuba Domadores in the white with the red and blue trim and gold waistband. These are the 2 most successful teams in WSB history so far. 5 wins between them. Twice they've met in the finals already, and twice Kazakhstan have won Both of those two wins, though, were on home turf. Meeting on neutral territory this time. Left hand there from Arce. Bit of blood just coming from that cut above the ear again. Punches traded right on the belt. The extra little bit of quality there for me came from Temirtas ZHUSSUPOV. So into the fourth. Just short with that left hand. Arce there again. ZHUSSUPOV managed to stay out of range. He's got good feet. Landed the right hand off the back foot there, ZHUSSUPOV. Just launching himself in from distance there. Kazak's right hand was blocked by Arce. Again, just comes forward behind that tight, high guard. Good uppercut on the inside there, Arce. He's landed it a couple of times. Well, he said stop boxing there, the referee, and Arce just clipped ZHUSSUPOV with a right hand, which was a bit naughty. Just caught him again there, though. That one was legitimate. He's not your typical Cuban fighter, Damian Arce. He's pretty rugged. Quite basic in a lot of ways. With the slick kind of skills that we're used to seeing. Not that that's all that Cuban fighters are about, but generally they do have that in their locker. They can then stand and mix it up if they need to. Think about someone like Ramirez or Lopez in particular. They do like to stand and fight. They can box any which way, basically, and Arce is not in their category, not yet anyway. I think what Arce does need to work on, given this pressurising style that he has, is, I've mentioned it a few times now, it's that technique of cutting off the ring. ZHUSSUPOV works around that perimeter of the ring like he's walking around the clock face, uses all points of it. Nice combination there from ZHUSSUPOV. I think most of it was blocked, but it looked good. And he's found it difficult, Arce, to really get on top of his man for sustained periods because of that decent footwork of the Kazakh. A couple of blows got through there, though, from the Cuban. That 1-2 again there, ZHUSSUPOV just fell short with the right hand. There's that footwork again, just bringing him out of range, keeping him out of range, not by a long way. Good right hand on the inside there from ZHUSSUPOV, just moving back, taking his feet back, and just whipped it in over the top. Those longer straight shots of his are always going to land first because Arce generally throws hooks, bent arm work, other than that uppercut on the inside, which has worked for him a few times. But a lot of this might come down to whether the judges prefer the aggression of Arce or what I would say is the greater precision of ZHUSSUPOV. It's not that ZHUSSUPOV hasn't wanted to mix it, but for the most part, rather than stand his ground, plant his feet and trade, he's done that every now and again. Generally, he wants to use those feet to keep himself away from Arce. Pops off the 1-2, 3-punch combination as soon as instruction to box on was given, but it was blocked, mainly on the gloves. And just walking after his hands a little bit there, Arce, as the bell goes at the end of the 5th and final round. And I think that Kazakhstan will have got off to a winning start again there for the 3rd finals in a row against the Cuba Domadores. We'll wait and see when we get the scores back, and that's what it looked like to me.
1号裁判50比45 ，Judge number 1 50-45。2号裁判49比46 ，Judge number 2 49-46。3号裁判49比46 ，Judge number 3 49-46。3位裁判一致判定，红方哈萨克斯坦获胜。 Winner by unanimous decision.
ZHUSSUPOV gets it by unanimous decision. 2 scores of 49-46, which is how I had it myself, and the other one 5. bout at bantamweight, because Ilyas SULEIMENOV, who is an experienced campaigner, is up against a fighter making his WSB debut. By my reckoning, the inexperienced Osvel CABALLERO. No Robeisy Ramirez anymore, of course. No Javier Banez for this bout either.
好了，接下来马上。